Good morning, everyone. My name is Adekunle, and I'll be your presenter for today's KD session. All right, so I'll be talking about an interesting topic, which is growing and staying relevant in an evolving technological landscape. And this is not going to be a long talk; it's very, very short. So I'm just going to do my best to carry you guys along. So please confirm if you can hear me, everyone.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So okay. All right, like I mentioned, I'm Adekunle, and first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. So for those that we've not met before, so Happy New Year to you, Mr. Samuel, Victoria,
Sure.
Dasola, and everybody. Happy New Year to you guys. So it's a beautiful 2025 to us. So let's hope it brings out the best in us. Thank you very much. All right. So for the sake of this presentation, I will be looking at five main points, which is discussion, continuous learning, curiosity and experimentation, soft skills, and networking and collaboration. And the last one is authentic engagement, right? So let me start with the first one. What do you mean by continuous learning? Don't forget the topic. We are saying staying relevant in an evolving technological landscapes. So, what is continuous learning? From the word continuous learning, we all know the tech space is a space that changes really, really fast. Today, this is something that is raining, then the next day is another thing. So, we need to have that mindset of continuous learning. Whatever stack you are doing, whatever program you are currently on, whether you are a full stack developer, you are a designer, data analyst, whatever it is you are doing, you should have that mindset that this 2025, I'm going to be learning every day. I'm going to be learning every day. So that's what I mean by continuous learning. So you are not just to stay still with whatever you think you know how to do best now. You just need to improve your knowledge because there is no better way to grow than just to learn. Even though you are practicing what you feel like you can do best now, but there's still an opportunity for you to grow in what you know how to do. That's what we like continuous learning. So whatever the program you are doing, you need to have that mindset of continuous learning. All right. Then the second point is curiosity and experimentation. So we all know that there are so many tools growing now. So we should have that mindset of trying out new things. For example, now as a designer, I don't know if some of us have heard of the tool called Freeman. Is like an interaction design tool. So it helps you. Before now, we used to do use prototyping using Figma to create some interactions in our design. But with the help of Figma now, we can do a lot of things. So out of curiosity, you can just pick out some of these new tools and just check it out. Okay, this is how I can make this my work better. This is just a way of you getting to know to keep yourself updated with the tools that are currently on. So curiosity and experimentation. So you should encourage an inquisitive mindset to understand that whatever you see now, don't just see it and okay, people are using it. You can just try your answer too. You might not be the best at using it at the moment, but the more you keep experimenting at it, the more you keep getting better at it. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much. So, like I mentioned, we said curiosity involves exploring new tools, technologies. Thankfully, AI is here now, so we can do a lot of things with AI. So we can explore a lot of things, a lot of tools, AI tools, just to make our work much more better. Do you understand? And then the next thing is soft skills. So aside from the technical skills, we know how to do. So if you're a designer now, probably know how to use Figma, know how to use AI, know how to use what's it called? Some other tools in drive, in design. A lot of all these tools, you can use all of these tools. But what about your soft skills? What do you mean by soft skills? So we have some examples of soft skills like communication, empathy, teamwork, problem solving. These are soft skills that are very important in this age. So not enough for you to know how to use all of these technical tools, but what are your soft skills? What can you do? If you bring it to a team now, how do you communicate with your team members to make sure you can grow the business, or you can contribute positively to the product. Soft skills are very, very important. Soft skills are some people will even argue that soft skills, your technical skills will get you the job, and your soft skills will retain your job. Do you understand? So people know you can do this, but what are the soft skills to retain that job? Do you understand? That's one thing you should also take note of. Our soft skills is very, very, very important. So let's take note of that. You see, I know some of these things, most of us have heard it before, but it's a good time to reiterate it so that it keeps in our head, and we continue to roll with it. Do you understand? And another thing is networking and collaboration. Most of us are guilty about it because we don't really network. What I mean by network, some of us are really shy. I used to be in that shoes before now. I used to be very, 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 very shy. Very, very, very shy because I like to just stay in my lane. But with the help of this now, I can understand that we need to collaborate more. We need to network more. We need to just feel free to reach out to people. Probably not in your tech stack, but they should be able to relate more with you. You should be able to relate with people that, okay, these are the people in my stack. These are the people in the tech space. Collaborate with them. You get join online meetings, join tech Twitter spaces, join Google Meet, a lot of all of this. Join all of them so that you can just relate more with people in the tech space. As a matter of fact, you agree with me that some people get their job with just networking, with just collaboration. And some people say, if I can collaborate on a project, I have to be paid for that. You don't have to be paid for collaboration. Mr. Samuel will agree with me, or any other technical development person will agree with me that there are some things you can just contribute on GitHub that can get you a job. So it does not necessarily have to be paid collaboration. It's just you to just put yourself out there. Tell people this is what I know how to, this is what I can, this is how I can help your business. That's what I mean by networking and collaboration. So as people in the tech space, you should understand that this is really, really important, and it's something we should do this 2025. Are you guys following? I hope I'm not talking to myself.
Yeah, I'm following you.
All right, thank you very much. Then the final one is authentic engagement. So what this means is that authenticity is a cornerstone of personal and professional growth. Being sincere in your interaction, staying true to your values, and maintaining integrity in your work will foster trust and respect from peers and your superiors alike. So what this is saying is that whatever the level, I used to say this way, that whatever current level you are now, first of all, take like a stock of what you are, like an inventory of what you currently know how to do. So if you are a software developer now, so at the moment now, you probably can use just HTML and CSS. Yes, that is the current thing you know how to do. So you shouldn't look yourself down like, I cannot, you shouldn't tell people that I can use JavaScript, I can use React. No, that's not the thing. Be authentic in everything you're going to be doing. So as a designer now, you probably don't know how to use Framer. Don't tell people you can use Framer. Do you understand what I'm saying? Authenticity is really very true. So you notice sometimes I've seen some CV now. Some people will send you a CV and they are applying for a junior role as a developer, or like an internship role as a developer. The only thing they can do is just to do HTML, CSS, and some basic JavaScript. And on their CV, they can tell you they know how to use React Native, they can use Tailwind CSS, all of this. It is not necessary. It is not necessary. So the best thing is you can do as a tech person is to be authentic. Let them know exactly what you can do. Let them know exactly what you can do. So you don't have to lie to people. You don't have to lie to on your CV, because there's a saying in my language. Let me say it in English. No matter how strong your lie is, you're still going to need a lie to cover it up. And at the end of the day, you are going to fall short of lies to cover that lie. So it's better to tell them the truth from the beginning, and they can know if they really want to employ you, because some of the time they just want to know what you can do, and they find you useful enough in what you can do, they can hire you. So always be authentic. And as a matter, he also encouraged trust in people, because they know, okay, this person is not lying and this person can do this. Do you understand? So let us be authentic in our question, in our engagement. So that is that. Then there's a saying here, I find it very, very interesting. sometimes people consider it insulting, but I wouldn't want us to look at it that way. So if you are currently on the call, can you just, let's say it together, stay hungry and stay foolish? Can we say it together on count of three? 1, 2, 3, go.
Stay hungry.
Stay hungry, stay foolish.
All right, thank you very much. So some people look at that, this is very real, but it is not. It is not. Steve Jobs said this a while back. He said, "Stay hungry and stay full." What this means is that be curious of anything. I don't know if any of us watched a Netflix series, Sheldon. Anyone, if you can just make a reaction if you watch Sheldon on Netflix. Anyone, or you must have maybe seen it on TikTok or anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sheldon is like a some people will call him foolish, because personally I find him foolish because sometimes he asks some foolish questions in a way, but he's kind of just trying to understand everything. So that's how it is. So if you can just stay like that, stay hungry, it's just for you to try to understand how a lot of things work, try your hands on a lot of things. You never know which one might work. So as a designer now, try out a lot of tools, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, InDesign, CapCut, Canva. Just try out a lot of things. You never know which one can work. So, and if Steve Jobs can say this, some people will say they don't follow quotes from an hungry man. Thankfully, Steve Jobs is not an hungry man. So, Steve Jobs is not somebody you can trust as well. So, if Steve Jobs can say this, that we should stay hungry and stay foolish, what this means is that we should try out a lot of things, ask a lot of questions, try out a lot of things till you get exactly what you want. So thank you everyone for this session. I apologize, I didn't have questions for us because the slide was prepared in a rush. And thankfully I was able to come up with something. So if you have any questions or anything, you can raise your hand and ask your question, or any contributions to what I've said, you can raise your hand. So thank you everyone. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you everybody. All right. Hello, I hope everyone can hear me.
So I didn't get your explanation on stay foolish. Stay hungry, I understand, but stay foolish.
Okay.
That's not clear to me yet.
All right. So what I mean by stay foolish is not me. It is Steve Jobs that said it. He said we should stay hungry and stay foolish. So what Steve Jobs is trying to say that we should try out a lot of things. It might look foolish to the normal eye, because if I tell you I want to fly, somebody like the inventors of robots now, when they started it, they looked foolish because it is not the normal thing people do back then. But now nobody can say they are foolish now. Do you understand? So that is the idea. I think Steve Jobs is coming from that. We should try out a lot of things. It might look foolish to the normal people at that point, but as the time goes on, we can all understand. Okay, this is just trying to. It's just as if we are trying to innovate or create something new. Do you understand? We are just trying to be innovative. So innovation does not come fully formed like that. It has to be from it's like a progression, starting from something small and like that. And the very basic of innovation might be foolish. Do you understand? So that's what that means, that we should stay hungry and stay foolish. I hope I answered the question, Tisama.
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So any other question from anyone? Okay, thank you. If you don't have a question, I think I have a question now. So now everybody is quiet. What's going on? It's New Year. Let us shake both. Hello. Okay, I can see some new people on the call. I hope you don't mind, so I can just start asking questions. I have Born Blessed, and I go, good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. So, Mr. Born Blessed, that is, your name is kind of
Thank you.
All right. So, what stack are you?
PHP backend.
Wow, okay, that's very good. So, I mentioned staying hungry and staying foolish. Well, not me, from Steve Jobs. So,
Yeah.
what are some new tools that you feel like you can just try out in that's your stack? I feel like, okay, oh, I can try out this thing, and it might look foolish at the moment, but maybe in 5 to 10 years, people will appreciate it.
Okay. New things as how am I going to this? Like, let me understand the question. Like in context of staying hungry and staying foolish. What I understand. Let me first try to explain what I understand by
Yeah.
what's stay hungry and stay foolish is. So, there's also a saying that says, "Stay, be a fool for what you want." Like, if you want something, you have to be a fool for it to actually get it. Because if you act like you know too much, or you won't really, people won't really be open to you. So that is what I understand by this. Let me just say the stay foolish part. Yes. So um, with the question you asked, what am I? Is something that I'm willing to do. That's okay. Basically, I can say learning new thing. Before coming into income, I didn't even know anything called E at first. I didn't know anything called E at first. So in terms of staying foolish, it's wanting to know more. So you have to humble yourself. So I think that's just the simple explanation for it. Or am I going out of part or something?
Not at all. Thank you very much. Thank you
Okay,
very
no
much.
problem. Thanks, sir.
I also want to call another person. Seeing some new faces here. Olamide, good morning, sir. Or good morning, ma. Can you hear me? Hello, Olamide. Yeah, I don't think he or she is here. What about Dwayne Chiman? Hello, Dwayne. Hello. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, who responded now?
Antonia,
Okay. Hi, Anthony. I think I've met you. Good morning.
good
How are you?
morning. Happy New Year.
Same to you, my sister. So let me quickly ask you a question. I mentioned networking as one of the things that we can do to stay relevant. Yeah. So can you just briefly just explain that in simple terms? Where do you think we can network? How do you think we can network as tech people? I mentioned something, but just let me hear from you as well.
Okay, if I understand you correctly, you're asking the role of. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, if I understand you correctly, you're asking for the role of networking as
Yes,
tech enthusiast, right? The role it plays in
yes,
staying relevant. Okay, so we all know how networking is like very important for us as tech enthusiasts, not to stay relevant in um technology landscape. All right, so um how can we network? Obviously, the Bincom do lay emphasis on the role of attending and physical events, you know, networking like when we attend like tech meetups, webinars, and conferences, he helps us network. And also on LinkedIn, connections with industry professionals. We can look out for people that are doing very well in our field or probably a field that we're just looking to explore. We can look for people, professionals in that industry and connect with them. We can even drop them a message on LinkedIn after connect, not just connecting. We can enter that DM and you can appreciate what they are doing just for you to get noticed. All right. Then we can collaboration too. Networking, you can network through collaboration when you collaborate on projects that allows you to even learn from people that that are more experienced than you are. From there they tend to like share their expertise, and from there you can also build what's it called, meaningful connections. So networking is like very, very important, and it's, as tech enthusiast, it is something because I've heard people say most of like their breaking gig that they got is through referral. It might not even be a job that you're working on, but it's just somebody that knows somebody, and we should always try our possible best to make ourselves known. Like, okay, this is what I do. All right, this is what I do. Through that way, when that person is in a room of opportunities and they made mention of that particular skill you have, that person will be, oh, I know someone that is very good in this aspect. All right, so that is how powerful networking is, and it is something that I would want us to like take very seriously.
Okay, thank you very much, Antonia. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. So I was just trying to make sure everybody follows through. All right, so this will be the end of my presentation for today. I really appreciate every one of us, the input, the contribution, the time that you took to be here. Thank you very much. So if there are no other questions or contributions, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. Hello.
Thank you very much for the presentation. All right. We'll end. All right.